Hello students, welcome to the online lecture series of St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management. Myself Satendra Vas, Assistant Professor in ETC department. In today's video, we will see a tabular method which is called Quine-McCluskey method for the logical simplifications. We have already seen the Boolean algebra identities and the K-maps to solve the logical functions. So this is a part of unit first of digital electronics in ETC fourth semester. So Quine-McCluskey method or QM tabular method is based on the concept of prime implicants. So what are prime implicants? The prime implicants is a product or some term which cannot be further reduced by combining with any other product or sum terms of the given Boolean function. So let's say if we have a function which is a b plus a bar b plus a c. So in this function we can see that these two functions can be combined together. That is, if I take b common, it would become a plus a bar. That is, it would become only b, as a plus a bar is 1, so it would remain b. Now it becomes b plus ac. So since these terms now cannot be combined to make it further simplified, so these two terms, that is b plus ac, are our prime implicants. We cannot further reduce them to simplify our function. Similarly, so prime implicant is a product or sum term which cannot be further reduced by combining with any other product or sum term of the given Boolean functions. So this tabular method is useful to get the prime implicants by repeatedly using the following Boolean identity, that is x, as you can see in this, xy plus xy bar would become x. If I take x common, so x into y plus y bar, and y plus y bar would be y plus y bar would be 1. So the x remains. So these two functions now reduced to only x. So this particular identity we will use in our QM method to solve our logic functions. Basically this is the identity which we used in the K-map as well, because in the adjacent cells, in two adjacent cells, there was only change of one variable. So as you can see in that xy or xy bar, so y is changing from the uncomplemented form to complemented form. So we can always reduce it using this identity. Same function or identity will be used in QM method, but in a tabular mode. So let's see what is the procedure for QM method. So step first is arrange the given minterms. We would be given some minterms as we have already seen in the QMAP, a logical function in the terms of minterms, that is sum of product form, SOP form. So product terms are called minterms. So arrange the given minterms in ascending order and make the groups based on number of 1 present in their binary represent. So we will arrange the minterms in ascending order, then we will see the number of 1 presents in their binary representation. So there will be at most n plus 1 groups. So we would be having n plus 1 groups if there are n Boolean variables. Let's say if I say if there is a 4 variable expression, that is x, y, z, w. So I would be having maximum 5 groups to arrange all our minterms. Step second is compare the minterms present in successive groups. We will see later in an example where we would be we can understand it easily. So first let's see through these steps. Compare the minterms present in successive groups. If there is a change in only one position, then take the pair of those two minterms, place the dash symbol in the different bit position and keep the remaining bits as it is. So we will see in the example that first we will arrange them in ascending order, then we will see the number of one presents in them, and then we will make pairs in which in those minterms where there is a change of only one variable. Then repeat step 2 with newly formed terms till we get all prime implicants. So we will repeat these steps till the time we get all the prime implicants. In step 4, formulate the prime implicant table. It consists of sets of rows and columns. Prime implicants can be placed in the row wise. So prime implicants will be placed in rows, and minterms can be placed in columns. So our minterms will come out there, that is 2, 4, 6 or whatever minterm, and here I will get the prime implicants. Okay, then place 1 in the cells corresponding to the minterms that are covered in each prime implicant. So we will place 1 in those minterms that are covered by each prime implicant. Then in step 5, find the essential prime implicants by observing each column. If the minimum minterm is covered by only one prime implicant, then it is called essential prime implicant. If I have my xz or xw, these would be my prime implicants, and here I would be having 2, 4, 6 my minterms. So if some minterm is covered only by one prime implicant, then that implicant would be the essential prime implicant. Okay, those essential prime implicants will be part of the simplified Boolean functions. So the simplified Boolean function will consist of these essential prime implicants. In step 6, reduce the prime implicant table by removing the row of each essential prime implicant and the columns corresponding to that minterm, so that minterms that are covered in that essential. So we will remove the essential prime implicant in the last or the sixth step, and as well as the minterms corresponding to that essential prime implicant. So repeat step 5 for reducing prime implicants table. Stop this process when all minterms of given Boolean functions are over. Okay, so let's see how we can do it using an example. So we are given a function of 4 variables, that is w, x, y, z, which is the sum of product form, in which minterms are given to us 2, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14 and 15. So the given Boolean function is sum of minterms or sum of product form. It is having 4 variables and the minterms are given to us these ones. So the ascending order of these minterms would be, if I arrange these minterms on the basis of the number of 1 present in them. So this would be my ascending order, as there is only 1 1 in 2. Similarly in 8 we have only 1 1. Similarly in 6 we have 2 ones. In 9 we will similarly in 15 I would be having 4 ones. So I would arrange them, these minterms, in the ascending order of the number of ones present in them. Okay, so the following table shows these minterms and their equivalent binary representation. Let's see, if I have four variables w, x, y, z, and the first minterm is 2, which is having only 1 1. Similarly 8 is having only 1 1, so I will group them together. So this is my group 1. Then minterm 6 9 10 are having 2 ones, so this would be my group second. Then I have 3 ones in 2 minterms, so it will be my group 3, and the one which is having 4 ones is my group 4. So this is how I can arrange them in ascending order. In next step, the following table shows the possible merging of minterms. Now I will merge the minterms where there is only one variable is changing, like if we say, and I will compare group 1 with all other groups. So first of all I will compare 2 with 6 9 10 11 14 15. So I can see that in 2 and 6 w is 0, w is 0 in 6 as well, y is 1, y is 1 in 6 as well, z is 0 and z is 0. Only x is changing from 0 to 1, so there is only a 1 bit change, so I will group them together, and similarly all other minterms as well, as you can see in this table. So there is only one change, that is of x, so at that place I will put dash sign. Similarly in 2 and 10, in 2 and 10 minterms I would be having the change in w only, rest of the things are same. Similarly in 8 and 9 I would be having a change of 1 bit at z, and in 8 and 10 I would be having this change at y. Okay, so similarly for 6 10 9 11 10 11 10 14 11 15 and 14 15, so I have merged the two minterms in this table. So now I am having only two groups, three groups, GB1 GB2 and GB3. Then successive groups of minterm pairs which are different in only one bit position. Now will I merge these terms 2 6 and one more with it, that is a pair of other minterm, and I will see if there is only one bit change, like 2 6 10 14. So in 2 6 and 2 10 and 6 14 I will compare the minterms of group 1 with group 2. So 2 6 and 10 14 have only one bit change, that is at position 0 in 2 6 10 14, that is 0 to dash and dash to 1. If I say, so we can see in that 2 6 and 10 14 there is a change of only one bit, that is in w, so I will put dash in w and other things would remain same, that is dash 1 0. Similarly if I compare 2 10 now, so in 2 10 I will pair it with, or I will merge it with 6 14, as there is change in only one bit, that is in x variable, that is from 0 to 1, and all other are same. So this is how I will merge them again. So I will be having group of 4 minterms, that is 2 6 10 14, 2 10 6 14, 8 9 10 11, 8, 10, 9, 11. Then 10, 11, 14, 15, 10, 11 with 14, 15, and 10, 14 with 11, 15. So this is how I will combine now the groups, the minterms in group 1 with group 2 and 3, and similarly of group 2 with 3. So now I would be having 4 minterms. Okay, so in this I can see that this pair 2, 6, 10, 14 and 2, 10, 6, 14 is same. Similarly this pair 8, 9, 10, 11, 8, 10, 9, 11 is same. And similarly the pair in group 2, that is this one and this one, are same. So instead of taking them twice, I will take them now once. So here I am having, now we have combination of 4 minterms which are available in 2 rows. So we can remove the repeated rows. So I now can remove the repeated rows, and I would be having only 2 groups now. One would be 2, 6, 10, 14, then 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 10, 11, 14, 15. Now I have group of 4 minterms in 3 rows only. Okay, this represent y z bar, this one would represent w x bar, and the last one would represent w y. So now I have 4 prime implicants. So further merging of the combination of minterms from adjacent group is not possible now. So these are 3 rows in the above, there are 3 rows in the above table. So each row will give one prime implicant. So each of these row will give one prime implicant, which would be, for first row it would be y z bar, as y is 1, z is 0. For second row it would be w x bar. Similarly for third row it would be w and y. So these 3 rows will give me 3 prime implicants, which I have arranged in this table in the rows as we have seen in the steps, and in the columns I would be having my minterms given in my logical function. So I arrange them in the order, ascending order, and my prime implicants here. Now I will put 1 in the corresponding to that minterm in which my prime implicant. So for y, that is y z bar, I am having 2, 6, 10, 14. So I would put 1 in 2, 6, 10 and 14. Similarly for second prime implicant I am having 8, 9, 10, 11. So I would put 1 in 8, 9, 10, 11. Similarly in the last prime implicant, that is wy, I am having 1. This prime implicant is for these 4 minterms, that is 10, 11, 14, 15. So I will put 1 there. So now we can see that these two minterms 2 and 6 are covered only for prime implicant yz bar. So this will be my essential prime implicant. I will now remove this, taking this outside this table, it would become yz bar, and I would remove all these columns which are covered in my first prime implicant or first essential prime implicant. Now I remain with only 8, 9, 8, 9, 11, 15, and these two, that is 8 and 9, are covered only in wx bar. So this would be my next essential prime implicant, wx bar. So now I would remove the second row as well and the columns corresponding to that, that is 8, 9 and 11 as well. Okay, now I am remain with only the 15 minterm and this prime essential implicant. So I would be having third prime essential implicant. So these are my essential implicants. So this would be the part of my simplified answer. So in this example we got 3 prime implicants and all 3 are essential. So as we can see, all 3 are essentials. Therefore the simplified Boolean function would be yz bar plus wx bar plus wy. If you solve this question using 4 variable k-map, then you would get the same answer as well. So we use this QM method in the case where we are having more than 4, 5 or 6 variable, because to simplify it using k-map would become a bit tedious. So this method or the tabular method is a bit easier, though there are a number of steps, but if we do it step by step, we can solve it for the logical function having more than 4, 5, 6 variables. Okay, so this is it for the QM method. Thank you very much.